I think we're live.
Yeah, we are live. It's got in the top corner.
Ah, right. Oh, good. Right. Well, thanks for joining us, Gus. Appreciate you doing this. Finding the time in your busy day.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Not a lot really. Been a lot of dog walking. That's been my trying to get out of the house. But other than that, it's just ridiculous. Missing football, missing a lot of sport. I think we should be thinking now we should be trying to go and win the league, but instead we're stuck indoors. So it's a bit, it's a bit surreal. And it's a bit weird, really. But it kind of puts us a bit. Makes me want to get back there and kind of finish the job off next year.
Oh, it's got to be the weirdest end to the season ever, isn't it? I mean, has it ended? Don't know yet.
I was going to say they're going to go back on their word. Probably not, but I still can't believe they avoided it. Really, thought it was a bit of a shame they kind of went that route because you've played 3/4 of the season, and surely that's enough to show whether a team's done well enough or a team's not done well enough. Now I understand that 10 games left, yeah, a team can survive, but in this circumstance, that shouldn't be the case. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't reward failure. Like, this team's celebrating staying up.
Yeah.
You think like other teams?
Yeah, and it has a huge impact on clubs who are reliant on those last 9, 5, 6, however many home games it is.
Well, that's it. Like teams are obviously gone to try and win the league or trying to get playoffs and promotion. They're you know what I mean? There's some big money getting paid about, and now it's a bit weird how you can kind of reward a team that may have tried to try and stay up and try and keep a low budget and stuff like that. And I understand, like, it's not nice. Either way, it's not nice if you're going to get relegated or stop a team winning it. But I just thought 3/4 of the season done, I thought the right thing personally would win a game or wait and see what happens.
Yeah. Plus, you don't get your goals wiped off, do you?
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, you, but first time I've scored 2 goals in the season. Oh dear! And you know what I've scored because I put it on every Instagram. Twitter,
well, why not? Why not? It doesn't happen often.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, where does that leave you guys then?
It leaves us. It's a bit of a weird situation. Like you said, it's never. Well, I don't think this will happen again in our lifetime. But you've got to go and get in contact with the Gaffer. Gaffer will phone you up, see what your plans are for next year. I think a lot of clubs don't really know what's going on, what money they're going to have, because obviously at the end of the day, it's still a lot of money they're losing for them not having a season. So I don't think a lot of clubs can kind of offer you staff or in that circumstance because they don't know where they're going to be. So it's a bit uncertainty around everywhere, really.
Yeah, so I think that also like there's a uncertainty around clubs because they're not going to know how much money they are because obviously, local clubs have local sponsors and they're going to have been hit really hard by this.
Yeah. It's a weird time really because, like I said, everyone's has been affected by it. It's not just the players or it's just not just the club or a club here. Like, I can see clubs going under because they can't afford. They rely on ticket prices or they rely on them 10 games.
Yeah.
So it is really weird, to be fair. Really weird.
Yeah, I know there's already been sort of, I think down at step 6, there's been 2 or 3 clubs who have already said, look, we can't carry on next year. We need to either drop back down to 7 or even just quit totally, which is, when there's millions or billions flushing around in the Premier League that they can't even stick a little bit down.
No, it's one of them things, and it like you say that, and on the other hand, it's not their problem. But then you would hope that part of football would fully get together and try and keep the clubs alive because it's not their fault. Do you know what I mean?
It's not their fault. It's not their fault. But there's always this lauded element of the football family. So
no, but I totally agree with you, and I think as much as you would like to think some clubs would get together to help them out, and but It's football in the day. It's a weird old game.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of the serious stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get on to some of the fun things. So this is, shamelessly stolen from Sky Soccer AM, obviously. We did it once before, about 2 years ago. Chris Waters picked a few out. But we'll revisit it now because there's a few people that, a few different players at the club, a few different characters at the club.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the first one, which is player's player.
Player's player. Well, this is, for me, this one kind of stands out quite easy for me because he's still playing at 48. And
48.
That shows everything. And it's Dan Brathwaite, skipper. And for me, it's about everything, really. Training, matches, travelling, organisation of nights out. He's just the man for everything, really. And he never really, ever lets you down. And still, the age he is, and it is very old, to be still playing as well as he does.
It's not quite 48, though.
Nah, it's not 48, it's 50. But for him to still be playing as well as he is a credit. And I think he's a good role model for any player or any young player or any player at Royston that looks up to him. And I, even if you ask Ben Martin, who's similar age, I think he still would say Braffers is a role model to him. So he's a credit to Royston, and as a skipper, and kind of he leads us very well. So that's
I don't think anyone would argue with your choice there. Definitely. All right, next one. Bit of a change of tack here. Funny man.
This is a funny one. Because for our dressing room, I wouldn't really say there's someone that stands out that says he goes and stays and pulls all the jokes and stuff like that. A lot of people kind of add their little bit in, and they all have their little area. But I'd say this season there's been a fair few. I'd say myself, I go around winding people up. I don't shut up, so I carry on. And I carry on, don't stop going. But for me, there's Ad Watkins this season's been on fire. He's had a good little tussles in our dressing room and against opposition. Opposition, mate, when you're playing with him, he does not stop.
I know, we see it from the sides.
No, that's it. But for me, he'll get it. But as a general, our dressing room to a player has something in that, and kind of had something into it. But Ad Watkins this year has made me laugh, especially on and off the pitch, both in the dressing room and on the pitch against. He's just battering other teams pretty much, and it is quite funny.
Yeah, see, last time it was Sam Corcoran was down as the team joker.
Yeah, Sam, he's a funny man. He is funny. He won't stop. He is funny.
Yeah. Right, and again, I think there's a fairly expected candidate for the next one. Club Hardman.
Oh, well, there's only one winner, and that's Adam Murray. It's just
really? Are you sure? Yeah.
It's just an animal, really.
Yeah.
I think Benny Martin will be a close second, but as long as Muzz is just heading it, he's a joke. Absolute joke, and that comes from whenever we've played anyone higher, no one can still live with him, and it's
so strong.
He's strong. Like, he can't shoot, so it makes me laugh when he goes up front and he tries shooting, which makes me laugh. But boy, in the air, he's an absolute joke. When I play alongside him, it makes my life so easy because the ball goes in the air. I don't even need to jump. I just let him go and head it. So it's easy. He's just rock hard.
So if he's the club hard man, who's the fella who starts it all and then looks for him to bail him out?
I'll probably go little Joshy. Little Joshy get it in there.
Will he?
Doesn't mind winding people out, and then he'll look round and see Mazda or Benny Martin charging. Who else would probably? I'd probably okay, little Josh. He throws himself about for a little boy. He throws himself about, and he can ruffle a few people up. And then all of a sudden, obviously, if the centre halves are after him, he'll be looking around. But to be fair, he wins his fair share.
Yeah. No, go along with that. All right then. Biggest moaner.
Biggest moaner. This one. See, this one's tough.
Now this might be different because it's a biggest moaner on the pitch, biggest moaner in the dressing room or training, and or is it the same person for all three?
Biggest on the pitch, Ab Watkins, biggest moaner. He can moan. He can moan in a good way. When he gets going, if you ain't put the pass right, he will have a right moaner. He will get going. Biggest moaner in the dressing room. Now, I'm probably going to go for Claudio. Because if anyone says anything to him, he will have a right chomp up and a moaner. That's on and off the pitch, to be fair. But in the dressing room, you can get Claudio, and he'll be moaning about either fine money. He'll be moaning about something. He's a lovely lad. Moaning about something.
Yeah, he's been grabbing the headlines with all his kind deeds and stuff. Yeah, it's good stuff. Great to see.
So, but I'll give him biggest moaner.
And last time, right, we're moving on. Worst dressed. Last time, Ryan Ingray got it.
God. Now, Ingers, he has got some shocking dress sense.
Is he?
Oh, he's got his old man's blooming Timberlands on, his old man's shirt. It's terrible. But I'm going to go for Luke Warner-Healy. Now, worst dress. I'm going to add haircut / beard into that. I don't know where he gets it done. Wow, it is terrible. I'm not having it.
You're not, no. So what's he going to look like at the end of this lockdown then?
He'll probably have to go himself. I'm not too. But for me, worst dress, I'm basing it on the beard and the haircut. I'm sorry, Luke. That's what I'm going for.
All right, and we'll move quickly on worst trainer.
Worst trainer. So this is quite funny because we have a system where whoever got voted worst trainer, the next training session gets to vote for 3 people. So like on the training session, who's going to be the worst one? And then we put hands up and pick out of that. I'm always in the vote. I'm going to put myself up there already. I'm always in the vote. If I'm not in the vote, I've dodged big time.
If you're not in the vote, you weren't there.
Yeah. So worst trainer is normally a clique of us that get it. It's normally either me, Luke Warner-Healy, Claudio.
Right.
The main one is Josh Orison. Mate, worst trainer by a country mile. And he can't take it as well. If you do give it to him, he won't have it. He ain't having it. But yeah, no one likes it as well because they get fined. So if you get worst trainer and you get fined, and you have to obviously put a certain amount of money away.
Yeah.
Which is all good and fun, but obviously no one likes doing it.
So I didn't put that in these questions, but I was gonna ask you that. Who racks up the most fines?
Claudio, but I think Claudio and Adam Crowther.
Yeah.
Crowther don't help himself one bit. He's always forgetting be like shower gel, flip flops, or anything like that. He'll be forgetting. But Claudio, I think before he was lucky this come across because he was in some serious debt to the fine collectors.
So who is the fine committee then?
So who kind of runs the book is Ed. Ed is
right. Yeah.
So he's in charge of anyone who kind of sees anything, they report back to Ed. So, like I said, missing flip-flops, someone will say to Ed, blah, 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 Crowder's got missing flip-flops. Then you've got a committee. So if you're not happy with what the decision was,
you can take it to the committee.
Kangaroo court, never go there. Do not go there.
Nah.
It never ends well, but that's Josh, Ben Martin, and I think Ed. And then you've got debt collector in anyone else, Adam Murray. Ben Martin as his right-hand man.
Yeah. So Claudio's racking up the debts then, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Before we left, he was in some serious debt. I think he was on 1 month back. He was in some serious debt.
And I guess you pick them up for anything, don't you?
Oh, yeah. So
whatever's at the behest of the fine chairman, Ed.
Yeah, that's it, mate. He will. Ed's very up to date on it. To be fair, you can't get away with anything. Absolutely anything. So there's a fair few quid getting put out, but it's all for a good cause at the end of the day because it's always we had a holiday booked, pretty much paid good sum of it out of the fine money. So
wow, either there's a lot of fines or you're on a cheap holiday.
Oh, there's a lot of fines. Fines are a joke. The fines are ridiculous. They're done well, to be fair. They are done well, but yeah, I think a good sum of it was paid from the fines.
So that must have all been cancelled now then, the holiday.
So it's ridiculous. So, which made it even more annoying for me. It was on my birthday, so they planned to go away, and lucky enough, it fell across my birthday, and yeah, it's all planned on for you with buzzing and stuff like that. And now this has happened, and I'm 90% sure it's cancelled. We're going to be going early May, so there's pretty much no chance of that happening at all.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Things like that.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, you never know, but it's just crazy, isn't it? How you can have all these things built up.
Yeah.
And then, before you know it, just like that, we're locked indoors and can't even kick a football round.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you're lucky you haven't got to homeschool any young kids.
Oh, my little brother. That's the
other right,
yeah. But lucky enough, I dodge it. It's lucky. But yeah, no, I bet that could be banging your head against the wall.
It's all right. My wife's a teacher, so it's not too bad.
That's all right.
Let's move on. Most skillful. Who's the most skillful in the club?
Most skillful in the club, probably. It's going to be little Josh. I'm going. Like,
it's got the tricks.
Yeah, he's not got all the fancy tricks, but the ones he does have are nailed down. And to be fair to him, being a good mate of his, I'll help him out there, and he is very skillful. And wait a pass or anything like that, he's always more often than not, which annoys me. He's got. So yeah, for most skillful, I'm going for little Josh.
So who fancies himself as a bit of a freestyler then? Any of them?
Sorry, I'm bad.
No worries.
Freestyler. I don't know what. I don't think we've got any freestylers. To be fair, the style of football we're playing, it doesn't really help with freestylers, especially on that muddy pitch. There's no chance for it. But maybe Brandon. Right. I reckon Brandon will fancy himself in a little 1v1 skills challenge. Brandon. Right. Yeah,
you're talking about the muddy pitch. I was thinking about that on Saturday. What glorious weather it was on Saturday. It was a perfect football day, wasn't it? It's just like,
thinking I just want to be out there playing football.
Should have been playing Barwell, and it's like,
Yeah, it would have been better than playing them at their camp.
All right. Cleverest. Who's the cleverest in the club? Or who fancies himself as the cleverest?
Nah, this one. See, I reckon there's a few little bright sparks in there. Definitely. It's not me, for sure. It's not me, for sure.
Funny enough, you weren't down as the most intelligent last time by Chris. Chris put this about you last time. Giving Gus instructions on the pitch is often like trying to do a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. Sounds a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh, isn't it?
It was a bit. It is true, to be fair. I think instructions on the pitch I'm quite good with. Anything else, stay away from it. But Cleverest, it's going to be Ed. Ed always keeps himself to himself, and I don't think he's really ever said a silly thing. That's what I base it on. And he's in charge of the fine. It must be off.
All right. So you're thinking about your pocket? Because I guess the fines are still ongoing, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you're thinking about your pocket here?
Ed Cleverest, hands down. I reckon Braffers is in there. Braffers is definitely in there. He's a thinker. Other than that, I don't think. No, I think. Yeah, I'm going Ed and Braffers, I reckon.
All right. So let's go to the other end of the scale.
No, there's a few for this. There's a few. Right, you've got Adam Crowther, who's the cleverest, thickest person I've ever met.
That's quite some accolade. The cleverest, thickest person.
Honestly, or
is he the thickest, cleverest person? Don't know.
Exactly. Honestly, you'd have a chat with him and he amazes you. And some of the things he'll do, you'll be like, oh my goodness me, what are you going about? But he's unbelievable. Who else? Luke Ward-Healy's up there again. he's up there. Josh Oyerson as well. Oh my goodness me, brain dead. Josh Oyerson, brain dead. He is brain dead. I'm going top 3 is going to be Crowther, Josh Oyerson, and Luke Warner-Healy. They're my top 3, and I couldn't tell you who's the winner out of that. If it's a good tussle, you need a vote on it. Get on Twitter, get voting. Who's the thickest?
All right, we'll try that then. We'll stick that up. Who we think it is, or maybe it should just be a players only one. I don't know. Because otherwise they might start calling in some mates and rigging the votes.
I'll have to put
like some of these team of the years seem to add up. How come Matty Bateman didn't get in? Well, I don't know, but there you go. All right then. So we were talking about fines and that earlier. Who's the tightest? Who, that might not necessarily be in terms of fines and that, but who is always the furthest back from the bar when you're out on a night out as a team?
I'm going a bit of Chrissy Waters in this.
Really?
Always got a Guinness in his hand. Always got a Guinness in his hand. And he's come for me on the last couple goes as well. Tightest, Chris Waters. I'm having it. He won't be too happy at that. I won't get voiced in there. I'll be struggling. I needed a club now. But Waters, he ain't going to like that.
All right then. And future Gaffer, who in the squad is going to be, who you think is most likely to turn their hand to management? Not necessarily taking over Steve and Chris, but, going into management when they finish.
I think the obvious one is obviously Braffers. He's doing his badges and stuff like that, and I think he will be a very good Gaffer if he does go into it. But I think that's the obvious one. But I think Ben Martin, I reckon he might go into management. He loves football. He just loves football. But maybe not straight away after he's finished, but I reckon he might go back into football and be a Gaffer. And I think he would be a very successful Gaffer. He's been around donkeys and he knows the non-league circuit. But I think both of them really, Braffers and Ben Martin, I think both will go into it.
Cool. And last time we come on to one of the last ones, second last, teacher's pet.
Teacher's pet. There's only one teacher's pet. Now, well, there's 3.
Do you know who Chris put last time?
100% I know he's going to be.
Go on.
Everybody, is it Spiros?
He was one of them.
Me?
Yeah.
And Josh?
Yeah.
So, well, we all 3 of us work for Gaffer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the lads around the team always give it to us, saying we're teachers' pets and all that. But Spiros he's number one. He's his number one. Gaffer would openly say it as well. Spiros is number one teacher's pet. There's no even debating it. Even Waters knows it, but us 3 are up there. If someone else did it, us 3 are up there for sure.
But you're saying that Spiros is
number one. He's in there.
Right.
Yeah, Spiros is number one.
And this wasn't in the original list of questions, but you've added this, and I think it is a traditional Soccer AM question. Longest in the shower?
Longest in the shower. There's one winner. That's Dan Brathwaite. Enough said.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks very much.
I did have one other question, actually. You boys all wear the trackers now, those player maker trackers.
Yeah.
Who was the least keen on them? Who was found out?
When you mean least keen, didn't want to wear them, or has the worst stats?
Well, first of all, who didn't want to wear them because it showed up that there's no hiding with them, is there?
No, that's it. And I think there's a bit of uncertainty when Waters kind of brought it to the club. I think there was definitely open eyes as well, kind of like, oh, well, let's get him on. But there's also definitely a kind of bit of like, well, do you really need them, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
I personally like them because I think I've never really had a kind of a gadget like that when I'm playing to tell me, has there been enough touches? How many touches have I had in the right area? How many crosses? How many shots?
Because the detail of the stats is amazing. We're going to try and do something on the website so people can kind of see, quite what is being collected, because it ain't just how fast you're running or how far you've run, is it?
No, exactly that. Like that's the benefit it has over like the monitors that a lot of teams wear. Is that will tell you, well, Chris, you can get the stats up, and it will tell you how many touches you had in their final third, or how long you've been on the ball for, or how many short possessions, how many long possessions, and you can definitely get some good detail out of how many. If we're asking to get Matt Bateman on the football and he's touched it 10 times in a game, we can clearly see if what is he saying we've not done it. The stats are back as well.
Yeah, you've got no answer to come back and say, oh no, we did. He must have had more than that.
And that's it, but I'll definitely say it works on both ways as well, because if let's say they're not happy with our work rate, and I've run further than majority of the players, then I can clearly go back to them and be like, well, the tracker's not said that. But it works both ways, if that makes sense, because they also use it and say, well, look, this is how long you've taken on the ball, this is how many touches you've taken on the ball. So it's a definite positive to have, I think. Definitely.
Yeah, no, it looks like it. I mean, I think you can only sort of like say that, that it's added to the good results and the good performances this season.
No, yeah, definitely.
It couldn't have made it any worse, could it? So it must have had some effect. So
I think a lot of lads at the start of the season are a bit like, oh, we've got to put the pods on, oh, we've got to do this. But then, like anything, once you get used to it, it just becomes second nature. And do
you have a morning training as well, or
sometimes
training?
Sometimes I have training. We probably should do it majority of the time, really.
Because then you'd find out who the worst trainer really was.
But as a whole, definitely a positive.
Yeah, cool. And just going to touch on a couple of things that happened this year. What's been your highlight of the year so far? I'm going to get rid of that just in the shower as well, actually.
Highlight of the year, it's definitely got to be. I think, do you know what? I've got two.
Go on.
Will Stone away.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anyone gave us a chance. And I'll probably say that openly, as much as inside the dressing room, we know what we've got. And I think we back ourselves a lot of the time to win games of football. And even if that is against Willstone, who was top of the Conference South at the time flying, we still are.
Yeah.
But I had that air of not a lot of people thought we were going to win that game, other than the lads in the dressing room. And that comes from fans, even the board and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And do exactly what we planned on the Thursday to do. Because Waters and Gaffer sat us down on Thursday, went through film, and Waters, to be fair to him, nailed it spot on. And he was like, this is what I wanted to do. Went and practiced it, and come Saturday, we just did it to perfection, if that makes sense. And it was kind of a bit like, do you know what, we've worked on that, and that worked so well. Yeah, we had a little wobble, but it's a cut.
Yeah, but you get it. I mean, they were, as you say, they're flying in the Conference South at the top. And I think that sort of game, I think with fans and that as well, kind of really set the belief. Everyone's like, you know what, actually.
And then I move on to my second highlight, and I look at Ebbsfleet away. And I've been at the club now 5 years, and I remember going away. Let's just take an example. Away to something like Chalfont St Peter, and it is about 40 people, and we've brought the board, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? Like 5 fans, and that was 5 or so years ago. And now we're going away to Ebbsfleet in the last 16 of the trophy, bringing 300, 400, 500 fans and beating them. Like, this club's going somewhere. Do you know what I mean? It's the club's progressed since I've been here, from where we were going away to places like that, and we didn't bring any fans. Do you know what I mean? We never really had a fan base.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it come week in, week out, but we never really had a fan base. And then you go away to,
I mean, Concord Rangers, that first game, I know it was called off, but like 6 coach loads.
Oh, mate, it's ridiculous. And if you'd have said that to me 5 years ago, I'd have laughed at you. Because I'd be like, well, that can't be right. And the buzz that gives the players a bit of belief, especially myself, because, like I said, seeing where the club's kind of progressed from is ridiculous. And I'll take hat off to Stevie and Waters, because it comes through that, and Steve Jackson, because the progression I'm hoping as the fans you can clearly see. And
yeah.
And we should have had a good shot of going up this year. Do you know what I mean? Like we had a shootout with Tamworth and Peterborough.
Yeah.
And then, well, I'm pretty certain we would have got into playoffs. So it's one of them ones where we could have been in the Conference North or Conference South, and the progression of the club that it's making is really good. So for me, that Ebbsfleet away, just seeing the whole.
Yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day.
Seeing the whole collective of there was 400 Royston fans cheering, and we would have been getting at home. You know what I mean? 150, 200.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the gates go up recently. You know, seen a few songs from the fans as well. Matty Bateman's got one. Someone else has got one. I can't think who else. But.
Yeah, I don't know who else has got the other one. But no, exactly, and that's brilliant, because at the end of the day, it attracts, hoping, especially the young lads that are coming through. Hopefully, it starts to make a proper football club, and you need a fan at the end of the day for a proper football club.
Yeah.
They'll always be there. Do you know what I mean? Players will come and go, management will come and go, but the fans will always be there. So you've always got to be. You need a fan base to have a proper football club, but that's what I believe in anyway.
Yeah, and I think we've definitely built on that this year. I mean, the gates have steadily climbed. I mean, there's still, you know, on a wet Tuesday night, a garden walk's still going to be hard, but
yeah.
You know, but yeah, there's definitely on some of those Saturday games, and you know, a lot of the youngsters coming along, cheering along, taking over that Brian Rachel stand. It's been great.
Oh, and do you know what? Like I say again, like it's for me and the lads that have been there, like Bridgeoe and stuff like that. See it from where it's been to now, it's a massive jump. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a big jump. If you can get 300-400 lads through the door, it's massive. Do you know what I mean? It helps all over the gap, and it brings that good atmosphere to the club. Like, don't get me wrong, there's other teams, Tamworth. You look at them, and they're bringing some big crowds.
Yeah, yeah.
Royston, at the end of the day, it's still Little of Royston.
Yeah, so, yeah. A load of people just always say, "Oh, Royston Vasey." You know, there's a club for local people. I mean, that's what people fall back on, and you know, it's actually been a lot more than that really this year.
And definitely the trophy. I think Endo said it. Lewis Endicott, the women's manager, he said a really good speech, to be fair, after we lost at Concord, and we were all down and stuff like that. And he kind of said, "Look, this town's looked at the football club completely different in this cup." And it kind of, obviously, when you're in the raw emotion, you don't really look on it and don't really take. Hopefully, don't take as much in, obviously, when you're lost, because all you're thinking about is being devastated. You're 2 games away from Wembley, but when you look back and think on what he said, he actually has, and like you say, 6 coaches went down to Concord. I mean, 6 coaches would have been lucky to fill one 3 years ago. Lucky.
Yeah. No, it was amazing. It was amazing, and you know, I mean, it was a disappointing defeat. Of course, it was, but you know, when you look back on it, at the start of the season, if anyone had said quarter final of the trophy, you'd have gone like, "Don't be silly. You're ridiculous."
Whether you
beating four higher ranked teams.
Oh no, it's super. And do you know what? Anyone that comes to Garden Walk, and that's honestly, we believe that we will beat them, and it is a bit of a fortress for us, and it showed. Like you look to Bourne Wood,
and Chester,
sorry,
both of them,
and it's a tough place to go. But for me, them 2 away performances really showed where the club's come. Really,
yeah, no, definitely agree, and hopefully, as one of the messages has been, we go again next year, whenever that may be, if it is next year.
That's what we've got to focus on. Hopefully, lads will stay and stuff. But like I said, it's open in the air, and I truly do think majority will stay.
Hope so.
Yeah, it's a good club, but at the end of the day, we've got some good football players. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That other clubs want.
And I think, I mean, the big thing that, you know, I mean, it's been in a lot of Steve's blogs. It has been a real sort of squad performance.
Yeah.
People have come in, and it's not really affected the performances at all.
Nah, and do you know what? One thing I would say, the team spirit's ridiculous.
I was just gonna come on to that. As a group of lads, you all seem to get on and really seem to fight for each other.
And yeah, and do you know what? There's harsh words said, definitely harsh words said, but I think the reason there's harsh words said is because people know that they can take it, and sometimes that's what it needs.
There's got to be honesty in a dressing room like that, isn't there? Surely.
Yeah, and being honest to the lads, and a lot of lads are honest. Like you look at your main example of Braffers and Benny Martin, they'll say it how it is, and the team spirit is second to none. Do you know what I mean? Like if I take my position, me and Ed were battling for right back. Do you know what I mean? There was no throughout the whole season, there was no real menace between me and him. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I didn't want him to play because I wanted to play, but
yeah, of course, yeah.
Both knew we had to. Whoever was playing needed to go and do the best for the team.
Yeah, so, I mean, what is there? There's like nearly 50 games in a season with all the various cups and stuff. No one's going to be playing all of them.
And the competition throughout probably kept a lot of players on my toes. I know that for myself. Kept a lot of players on themselves. You look at the centre halves. You look at
yeah.
You know what I mean? You could field 3 teams with 2 centre halves in our. You know what I mean? And they'll take them easy. You've got Taylor Park, Ben Martin, Braffers, Muzza, Crowther. Do you know what I mean? A Crowther we had to let go of Harold. Like it's them, and he's comfortably playing at Conference South. You know what I mean? And he couldn't get in the team. So it's scary as much as because you've got to be on your toes and you've got to be ready to perform. But flip it on his head, it clearly shown how it had a positive effect. Because, like I said, if someone did go down injured or someone weren't performing, there were players there to fill the spot in.
And then they don't want to give it up.
No, that's it. Do a job or do better. And that's where we probably strive so well to this season. And going on last season, where it was injury after injury after injury, and we were looking around the dressing room, we were like, where is everyone? And it was just...
Yeah, I saw we put something up on the website today from Aaron and Scotty Taylor about the injuries and about some of the data that they had collected. And they seem to have, I don't know, found a bit of a secret pill or something for you guys to keep you all fit.
I'm touching wood because being a part of last season, it was horrible. It was such a bitty season. Like playing Needham Market, and I think we played them 3 times in a week.
Yeah,
I think we picked up 6 or 7 injuries, and going for any team, it doesn't matter if you're playing the Premier League or you're playing the Sunday League. You pick up Sunday 6 or 7 injuries, it affects morale and it affects the team. And after that, we could just never recover. So, being this season, thinking there's been players left out the squad, you've really got to keep on your toes. So, but team morale is massive. And
I think the other thing is I think you mentioned obviously you and Ed both vying for the right back spot, but there's there's at least one player for every single position, if not more, who can move about. And, it's been great to watch.
No, that's like we said, and it probably helps the team spirit we've got because it's very easy for someone to then lose interest. And I'll probably give credit to the management for keeping everyone as interested as they possibly can. Because don't get me wrong, I can imagine being in their boots. There have been some tough decisions where you could pick between Muzza, Benny, Braffers, or Sailor, and 2 of them are going to be happy, and they're 2 big characters. Do you know what I mean?
And you know that each and every one of them, and Crowther as well, would all do a job.
Oh, that's it. And you'd think, and I feel sorry for Adam Crowther because he's a talented young lad.
Yeah,
but he can also learn so much of them as well because every one of them have a little bit that you can take out of, especially for him because he can play as well.
Yeah,
he's bad at all on the ball.
Yeah, right. I think we should call it a day, Gus. I've kept you for nearly 40 minutes, and I'm sure you've got plenty to do on a Monday night. Get back and watch Monday Night Football or something.
Yeah, I've got Call of Duty. Got certain.
Who's on that? Do you all have a sort of FIFA thing?
Who's on it? We've got Harry Smart, goalkeeper coach.
Yeah.
Josh, he loves it. Just little Josh.
Yeah.
Brandon loves it. Crowther just told me the other day that he bought a PS4 so he could join in. But they're the main 4. Me, Brandon, Joshy, and Harry Smart. We'd clean it out. I'm not going to lie to you. My mum's 12 o'clock when I'm screaming down the mic.
All right. Well, I'll let you get to it. Thanks a lot, mate. Appreciate that, and appreciate all your stuff.
No,
cheers.
See you later.
Take care, mate. Cheers.